Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. So, certain friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Apologies for those who was waiting. Had to push the live back. Um, was having a little bit of issues, uh, at least with the cell phone tower. I don't know what the hell going on in my area, but nonetheless, we in here. IDK, what's going on, my guy? Ryan, what's going on? Maurice, what's going on, baby? That's popped up in here. Riaz, what's going on? Commander, baby. Moot, moot. First things first, TGIF, y'all. Thank God it's Friday. Hopefully, everybody having a blessed and productive one so far. Top of the morning to those on the west, and top of the morning to those in Central Time. Top of the afternoon to everybody on the east, and you already know, top of the evening to everybody outside the states. And you future babies, happy Saturday. I appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. Shout outs to Word for popping in on the panel yesterday, throwing some insight like always. And if you missed it, you can catch the replay. Miss T, what's going on, baby? Now you already know you start hearing slight wind and stuff. You already know I'm out and about. Um, I feel like yesterday's conversation was definitely one that was needed. Definitely one that shed light on things. And you got what you were supposed to get from the male's perspective. Um, I don't know, at some point I might delve into that type of situation again, but I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna try to get a full panel. Get some men and some women on here, you know, because everybody has different views, opinions on how dating should go and everything else. You know, and still good conversation because again, you get to get open, honest views and opinions. You know, like I said, there's just some things we need to correct. You know, like I said, it seems like we lost the natural order and balance on things. Today, I'm on a safety tip today, and I gotta be because again, there's some situations that some of you are doing that are going to end up having y'all not here as long as you want to be. Um, there's some of y'all who are again too stuck in your phone, stuck in your devices, and you're not paying attention to your surroundings, what's going on, none of that. The reason why I kept saying that as far as social media, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse because let's keep it real. You know, it's a gift because it's broadening the horizons, it's helping people build, you know, it's helping people build and grow, it's also helping people network. But in that same token too, it's also causing tragedy and it's also causing chaos because there's some of you again who will not get up out your phone to the point of almost getting yourselves hurt or unalive out here. OG Brand, what's going on, my guy? You know, again, start paying attention and be aware of your surroundings. You know, whatever you're doing on your phone cannot be that damn important that you are almost to a point of getting hurt. I just watched somebody just now before I started this live. Lady want to get mad at the driver. You can't get mad at the driver when he got the light. And you the one not paying attention. Get out your phone. That not getting out your phone with a guy hit by a big ass van. Again, some of you men and women out there have to be mindful and careful of what you're doing. You have to. I hear you, OG. Shoot. I ain't even worried about food yet. I will be at some point. But again, why should you risk your life or whatever because you can't get out your phone? Again, you in the streets. You could be dealing with all sorts of chaos, traffic, so on and so forth. Pay attention. Like I said, lady just now almost unalived herself because she's not paying attention. She's so stuck in that damn phone. That's why I said it's a gift and a curse to some degree because some people are not taking any type of real warnings to it. Again, start loving and caring about yourself a little bit more. If it's not that important, get out your phone. We done had incidents where people are, if they ain't getting hit by trains and buses, they damn near doing so. If they don't do so, they catching themselves in a situation where now it's a life or death one. Prime example, some of you women, some of you men out there, we know y'all like to jog, especially early in the morning. You're doing your exercises, so on and so forth. I could grant all of that. But you are supposed to also still be aware of your surroundings. You got earbuds in your ear and they so loud. If you would have dropped something and somebody was trying to chase you or trying to call you or track you down and try to let you know what the situation was, you wouldn't hear them. Again, you have to pay stern attention on certain things. You have to. You don't know what kind of dangers you walk into, and you don't know if that's going to be a clear and present danger for you. So you want to be on point. You want to be actually making sure you don't have none of these issues to worry about. Some of y'all say you love and care about your peoples, but you ain't showing it because you're not, again, being prepared. You're not being on point the way you're supposed to. I'm going to say this, though, and I might jump off this for a minute. Because now I want to break down something else, too. The main thing to remember is that a social media platform, device, or whatever, it ain't going to get you out of certain situations. The only thing it's going to do is amplify the situation. There are some people, again, who don't like being recorded. And I'm going to say this again for safety purposes, for those who might be doing content as far as pranks or whatever the case is, or little skit videos. Make sure the people that's down with you is a part of the act. Don't just run up to random people and do certain things. I watched the video where the guy was not playing. The guy got kicked right in his damn chest. You come in certain areas where people are trying to shop and do whatever. Nobody got time for that playing. Again, be mindful and careful of what you do. Now, see, I don't know if that was a full prank. I don't know if homie was really down with the prank or he really did what he did, but he kicked the hell out of son in his chest and almost went for the kill. Again, some people are not going to be for play. Some people are not going to want to be recorded or be part of whatever it is you're trying to be a part of. I just watched another person get robbed for doing that same exact thing. Excuse me for saying that. I mean, but you got to be mindful and careful because, again, not everybody going to be for play. Not everybody going to be for the situation of, yeah, he was down with the joke and this is down third. No, because some people do not want to be on these damn social medias. So you need to be respectful of that. If a person is telling you, yo, take me off of this or get me off of this, you need to do so. Harry, what's going on? Ryan, what's going on, my guy? I see you back in here. And see, the reason why there's certain situations that are going wrong is because of that. You know, again, you're sitting here trying to put people in the midst of whatever. These people don't got time to be playing. Some of these people really have things they trying to do and get done. And you sitting there throwing them in the midst of things. You know, again, and you got to be careful with some people. Because, again, some people might have jobs where they can't be presented on a social media. And it's the truth. I watched one prank almost go wrong, and I heard homie told him, yo, you know you got to take me off that, and I'm in my damn uniform. Like, yeah, some of y'all got to be mindful again. Because if you were the company and that company don't really take too highly of you being on social media doing anything that you ain't supposed to be doing or that could make them look bad as a whole, yeah, you're going to have consequences and repercussions behind that. That's why some people are the way they are. Get me off this camera or get me off this. And y'all should respect that. Because again, if nobody's trying to be a part of it, you shouldn't try to make them a part of it. Now, again, you done had somebody get robbed, and I found out he got robbed more than once doing the same thing. So I'm gonna say this again to some of y'all that need to hear it. If you done had an issue to where you done either been robbed, you done probably been beat up or chased, that should tell you stop doing that. Cool gamer, what's going on? And that should tell you something right then and there. All right, I gotta chill out. You know what? Let me make sure I find somebody that's hip to what's going on. You know, because don't get it twisted. There are some that you can tell is fake and staged, but then there's others where it's not. You gonna have people that are not playing. And then the sad part about it is yo trying, no, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. Listen, not everybody is for the playing the pranking. And depending on what the prank is, it definitely ain't nobody gonna be playing. If it looked like one of them domestic violence pranks like I've been seeing, ain't nobody, certain people are not playing that. They gonna really be on call and be ready to do something. And for what? Because you trying to get a click and view? Come on, there's some of y'all I seen do pranks that you cross the lines on all borders. You might do a certain prank, especially towards an elderly person, because I've seen that happen too. You're trying to prank some of these elderly people. What if that elderly person would have had some sort of seizure, stroke, or a heart attack and passed away because of your joke? Yeah, you're essentially going to get charged for a crime because you keep doing stuff that you know you're not supposed to be doing. Keep it real, man. Like again, you're going to set yourself up for the only failure because you thirsty for a click and a view. It's time to get up out of that. There's other ways to make things work. If the prank stuff ain't working, find something else. You're supposed to be, and some of y'all supposed to be comedians, right? So if you're supposed to be funny, you should be trying your luck on stage. You know, some of y'all are gonna do your little skits and everything else. There's some who are actually gonna take the comedy route serious. Okay, but guess what? Those people who are gonna take it serious, they ain't doing some of the stuff we seeing now. Trying to prank people while they shopping, pranking people while they trying to do things like this. It's corny now. Tanya, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. But this is something that again is going to cause a lot of y'all pain and misery. Because again, how thirsty are you for attention and for some sort of fame? And even those that might be following those type of platforms and stuff, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch. I'm not saying you should just leave. But in the same token, you should be trying to give that person the only stern advice. Give them that advice. Because again, you just want to sit there and look for that person to crash out instead of saying, nah, listen, man, I think y'all should do something else. So I think, you know, like give ideas sometimes when it's needed. Cause not to be funny with some of y'all, how long y'all think them same old prank videos you doing is going to fucking last before people catch on? And then again, you gonna have some people that they gonna wait for that. Cause the minute you try to make them a victim, they gonna try to make you a victim. Now, like I said, the homie in particular I was talking about, you running around in certain areas doing certain things that you know is heavily gang affiliated over there. So some of these people are not trying to hear that. Again, that's like you coming into all cripped out territory with all red on. They not hearing that, especially out there in Cali. They not going to hear that in certain areas because now you're doing certain things, and then when you start trying to speak the slang like the them bloods is speaking, that makes it worse on you. Now, just for that, you done got robbed on the camera. And it's not like he robbed you off that he robbed you off camera. He'll rob you on camera, but you know when something's about to go down. That slow walk of shame lets you know something a lot of times. Like I said, I remember a couple years back, they was doing some prank out here in my hood, and you sat there and grabbed somebody by their damn pants. I don't care if it was, oh, you'll pull up your pants. Why would you grab another man's waist, his pants, or anything? I don't care if it is a prank. Why would you even go to that extent? And you know, dudes don't play like that. And the man he went to go do that got knocked out right on that corner. And lucky he didn't get stomped out. Sorry, because it's one thing again to prank and do whatever, but make sure again the people are with it. Make sure the people are definitely going to be on board with it. And if those people are willing to try to help you, then that's different. Yeah. Like, and this is what I'm saying. I know where you was going as far as to pull your pants up. Because I'll be honest with you, this is another reason why I speak to some of my men out there. Y'all need to start really pulling up your damn pants. Because you're gonna have situations that's gonna happen just like that. It's just see what's going on, baby. You know, you're gonna have issues like that. You're gonna have people that are gonna play around, then you're gonna be highly upset. But then again, you can't be upset if you're walking around everything hanging out. And that's another thing that needs to change again. Like y'all have completely dragged it out of proportion. And you have. You know, again, there's some of y'all that are setting yourselves up because you're not listening to reason. Again, how can I expect prime example to get into certain positions if I'm coming in looking like I don't have no type of dress code or nothing? And again, I bring this up. You think I'm gonna get any type of job if I'm wearing slack? I don't care if I did come in proper attire. You think I'm gonna get any type of job if again my pants and my boxes is damn near below my regions? Like that's I don't know. That's a sickness right there. It's a sickness right there, in my opinion. Because again, it's bad enough you got the youth doing it, but then it's sad you got grown men that are doing that same exact thing. Same thing. Like that sagging has become a curse. Yeah, no, because you know what it is? He was trying to do some sort of a prank. I get where he was going with it to some degree. But then again, you don't just grab people you don't know. Now, see, look, you grabbed the wrong person and his man knocked you clean out. And lucky you didn't get stomped out or worse or unalived in that situation because, again, not everybody going to be for the play. Especially when it's random people that you don't know. Ain't nobody playing. Everybody going to be on guard and on go. You know? First of all, you're not really supposed to be sagging at all. Because if they knew or if they claimed to knew, then trust me, they wouldn't be doing it. If they knew where it originated from and why it's such an issue, half of them would definitely start pulling up their pants. But again, that's also the parents too. Some of y'all not making sure your kids leave out proper. I'll be damned if I come somewhere across my child and my child is not dressed the way they was dressed before they even left out the house. And it's not just the men, it's the young women too. There's no way I'm gonna allow my daughter to come outside in something that I know for a fact she shouldn't even wear out in public in the first place. This is why we are constantly getting certain problems that we getting at. Because again, nobody's on point. Nobody is doing what's necessary. Again, putting in the dedication. Yeah, you might not like what I'm saying. You might not like the way it's being said. But in the long run, you need to accept it because again, we know this is exactly why there are certain situations happening that we got certain men out there who are creeps on all angles. And again, when your child is out there and not dressed in the proper fashion, you're gonna get situations like that. You know, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta be mindful nowadays. You have to be. Anti, what's going on, baby? You know, this is what I'm saying. You gotta take that for what it is. Again, not saying you can't be yourself and present yourself the way you feel fit, but it still should be a code and a decorum with that. It should. Like again, my young women's should not be coming out here looking like a whole grown up when they still children, knowing that we still have an issue, creeps, sex traffic, and everything else along those lines. Time to get these kids back in order. Same way with you young boys, man. Y'all got to, and I repeat, have to start pulling up your pants, man. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, some of y'all look foolish. Sorry to say it that way. You look foolish because if you're in an area, prime example, and you know it's probably it could be 15, 20 degrees. It's wintertime. You don't think that air in that draft is getting you some way, somehow? Like, come on, keep it real. And again, then there's some of y'all who are, again, you really shouldn't be sagging at all. Not if you're not taking care of yourself accordingly. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be sagging. You know, I never really understood that. And then when I got the meaning on it, it still didn't make sense to me. So why implement something that you know was created behind the wall and then bring it out to the world? And now everybody seems to just be obsessed with doing that. I just had to tell a whole nother chick that's on the other side of the fence. Look, as much as you trying to be the man in this situation, you need to pull your pants up because you are still a woman and you still got creeps out there. Those creeps will still be the same ones that'll take harm towards you. Don't matter your preference. No, again, it's time to set a certain balance where it's needed. It is time for that. It's not attractive for men to be coming out here pants below the waist, boxes all the way on your waist. Some of y'all to the point where you might as well say you just put on a pair of shorts then, because there's no way you want to tell me like I had that situation when I was living uptown. This dude, and I ain't get it. He wasn't homeless, but I think something probably might have been wrong with him upstairs as far as his head is concerned, because there's no way you can tell me you're not homeless, you're not wearing the same clothes every day, but almost everything you wear, you got a belt on, and you still sagging to the point where you got to keep pulling your pants up. That don't make sense. It don't. If I got to keep stopping every 2 seconds, or if I got to keep walking and constantly have my hand on my belt and pants, and keep, that's not cool. Then a lot of y'all going in these places too, especially places of establishment, and you not caring. It's time for some of y'all to stop doing some of the things you are doing because it is causing problems. I remember a while back on the bus, the lady told this dude to pull his pants up, and he got offended behind that. Yo, why you staying in my? Why you worried about me? Why you staying in my? First of all, she shouldn't have to stay in your ass, fool. She shouldn't have to. She shouldn't have to turn around. She was just comfortable. She turned around to go look to make sure, you know, that she's not bypassing her stop. And that's the first thing she sees is you bent over and you got your shit sagging, bro. Like that is a pure disrespect. And then the way you got crazy, that's somebody mother and grandmother. Imagine if the whole family would have been on a bus and heard you talk to her the way you talked to her. They probably would have beat you down then. There are a lot of you who are again putting yourselves in predicaments because you don't know how to calculate and how to do things before time. But no, I'm not looking down at nobody. But I'm saying that is a problem. From the outside looking in, that's a huge problem. Again, how you expect to get any type of movement going in your life? And this is exactly why they always stereotype us. This is why they always quick to say certain things about us because we are following that same old bullshit. There's a lot of different factors on why some of the things are turning upside down in this world. And it's time to start attacking those factors again. Because those are the main factors that got everything in shambles. First of all, coming from then till now, in my opinion, again, I'm gonna say up to 2003, you had older folks a lot of times that was correcting these younger folks in the community that needed to be corrected. Young man, you ain't gonna be able to do this if you here. Listen, this is what you need to do. Not what you gotta. This is what you need to do. And that's what I'm saying. Like now, you can't even say nothing without somebody getting upset. And again, some of this is this generation of parenting. Listen, when your child is doing stuff that you know for a fact they ain't supposed to be doing, there has to be consequences. It has to be. Because again, how are they going to ever learn if they ain't getting the proper punishments for the things they're doing? Prime example, your kids, granted, some of y'all want your kids to have cell phones because of emergencies or a case of anything is happening. Okay, that's all bread and gravy. But then in the same token, they shouldn't be in their phones doing videos, doing this and doing that during class. Again, I spoke about this recently. No way in the hell you want to tell me it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. You supposed to be sitting down learning and you doing TikTok videos. So what are you really learning? Realist, what's going on, my guy? Like that's the part I don't get. I wouldn't care if you was wearing baggy jeans or skinny jeans. The fact that you are sitting there sagging, period, again, is distasteful. Can't get mad about that. Can't get mad about that. And then you can't get upset neither when somebody is telling you, making judgments on you. Because a lot of people ain't gonna go by your character. They're gonna go by your overall presentation, how you presented yourself on that day. Oh Lord, I'm about to have a sugar rush. My bad, y'all. Had that damn coffee done. Oh, about to have a sugar rush. If you hear me bouncing off a wall, you know why. Woo. But again, like even when it comes down to you want to take family photos and stuff like that, like even down to that aspect of things have changed. Because every time you turn around, it's like, who that? Why are you in the picture? Like, look, if you're supposed to be taking family portraits, all this other stuff, keep it the traditional way. Like real rap, man. You know, like come on now. There's some of y'all that are just doing the utmost, and that right there it extends where it's at in my book. There's some of y'all that need to reconform back to what you was doing before, because there's some of you now that know damn well if you was your moms and your pops, if you bought both of them and they from that aspect of things, they ain't trying to hear that. The same way you walked out to go to school, you better come back home the same way. And they better not see you somewhere outside of where they supposed to see you and you dressed completely different. You know how a lot of us used to get, you thought you was going to pull your pants up, pull this down. Even down to you women, pull your stuff, pull this down. What matter of fact, go change your clothes. And you get mad, but you can't get mad. See, look, I'll be honest with you. We been there, we done that. We was young ourselves. But again, it's about being safe more than anything. And with the current condition on things and what's going on now, you need to be more safe. Need to. Again, make sure your children is walking out properly and keeping the quarter. And some of you adults are going to have to do that too. One thing I am going to say too, again, for some of y'all parents, and I'm repeating it again, start checking in on your kids' schools, man. If you don't want certain things happening or being an issue, again, you need to be a part on all angles. There were some people who didn't care. If I had to miss a day or two of work just to make sure your ass was good, I'm going to do so. Because again, that's what a real parent is supposed to do. And some of y'all crying and moping about situations, but then I see how some of y'all deal with the teachers. You can't expect your kid to learn and get anywhere in a higher state when they're not even willing to learn. There's some of y'all who need to really like get some sort of counseling for your kids. Because I never seen some kids that say, I don't want to learn nothing. I don't care about nothing. You know, when it starts getting to that, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. That's why I said be more involved in what's going on, man. There's some of y'all who have said, yeah, they keep teaching the same thing we learned in school. Okay, so you want them to learn more, y'all need to start really being a part of that, going to these school board districts and going to these meetings and trying to implement something again. There's nothing wrong with having repeated knowledge, especially if it's the main repeated knowledge that you know for a fact was actually truth. There was, you know, critical outlines that showed you that this was true. You know, like, come on now. My fault. Who the hell just tried to call me, man? Oh, I know your number. Yeah. You get sent to the voicemail. Don't know you. You know, and that's what I'm saying. You know, like prime example, we could tackle certain things from where we need to tackle it from. And again, going to your schools to make sure that your kids are getting not just a proper education, but make sure that your child is actually performing the way they're supposed to be performing, and also making sure and being critical to what's going on. Because again, what you don't see when you leave could end up happening. And then if your child comes home a certain way and you not sure why, gotta think. You know, prime example, if I left my kid and my kid was smiling, upbeat, and then my kid comes home the next day or two with that somber look or comes home with that aggression, I need to see what the hell is going on with my kid. And if my kid don't tell me something, then that as a parent, okay, well, if you're not going to tell me, I'm going to find out. And I would definitely be up in your school to make sure that's not the reason why you're suffering from some of these aggressions or some of these situations. And if not, I'm gonna hit the streets. If it ain't the school, I'm gonna hit the streets because there's some reason why you feeling the way you feel. That's just the way a parent does. There was times I ain't want to talk about not a damn thing. My mom's got it out of me though. Took her a while, but she got it out of me, and she ain't had to do investigation. It's just about having a calm method sometimes, you know. So again, you gotta think what's essentially more important: my child's well-being and my child's education, or my own personal needs and gains. Because again, once you get to a certain playing field, it's not about you no more. It's definitely about them children. Because again, they are supposed to not just be the blueprint, but they're your offspring. You know, they are your blessings. You're supposed to not mess up your blessings, even down to your children. I don't care how some of y'all might feel. There's some people who think, well, I no. Listen, you was blessed regardless. Take that for what it is. You got people right now who were supposed to be blessed that wasn't so fortunate, and they could be going through something. There's a way to do certain things. Prime example, you might have just been blessed and had a child. Your friend or somebody close to you probably might not have been so lucky. So again, it's not so it's what you do and how you do it. Yeah, you want them to feel joy. Yeah, you want them to try to get to a calm spot. But in that same token, you don't know how that does things to a woman. You don't. I knew a few women that I already knew when they went through certain things, they wasn't the happiest of people. They didn't even want to be around people. But we still had those who was going to make sure y'all was still upbeat, you know? Because again, it's about the mental aspect of everything. If your mental ain't clear enough, if your mental is not strong enough, you're going to fall and you're going to end up doing anything that comes to your mind that you wouldn't have normally done. And this is how I feel about it, man. This is exactly how I feel about it. You know, it's time to get back to a greater state. I keep repeating it because it needs to be repeated until some of you actually get the message. It's time to get back to a better mind state of how the community was flowing and how it's focused now. We focusing on going to war with each other, but we ain't focusing on going to war against these things that again killing everything. And I'm gonna say this because I feel this needs to be implemented. If you feel in prime example as a parent, your child's district, school district is not up to par, if you feel it's not implementing the right type of education and values, and if you are against some of the things that they are teaching now, it's time for you to do the work. Serious, what's going on, baby? It's time for you to do the work. It's time for you to make sure this is the angle you need to take. You feel like your child is in constant danger, you either got two options. You're going to teach them how to defend themselves in case of situations, or you just going to get them up out of the school system. Because again, the school should not be reflected like how the streets is reflected. I grant it, you know. It is about interaction. It is about the right interactions too. And see, the one thing I could say too, the reason why some of you parents need to be more on go, especially if you got young ones, is because look at the situations we get as far as some of the school shootings, just some of these random shootings, period. It's happening because parents are not being more vigilant. It's happening because some of these parents are not actually taking into consideration there could be a problem, even if my child is not telling. If my child is not going to tell me, then me as a parent, I'm going to find out what the problem is. So when I do present it, I'm going to present it the right way, and my child has no choice. My child has no choice but to tell me the truth. But then again, you should have a comfortability level with your kids the way they do come to you. And that's again things you're supposed to teach when you're young, when they youngins before they even get into the system. Main things you should teach at home are the things you need to teach them because it's going to help them get through certain situations as we speak now. Because yeah, if you're putting them in school, we know you ain't going to be around them all day every day. But for those hours that your kid is in school, your kid should be safe, number one, well educated, number two, and at least less stress free, less stressful than what they've been. And you want to know why it's going to be a stress with kids on certain situations? Because they looking at us again as adults. They want to do some of the things, or the things that they think might be fun. They want to do it, but they don't know some of the things we doing ain't fun. It's to keep a roof over your head. It's to keep clothes on your back. It's to make sure we always, you know, are on point and on board in case any type of emergencies happen. There's a lot of different reasons why kids are stressed nowadays. But let's keep it real. This is almost a repeated cycle. Because at certain points we were stressed coming up. Things we seen the adults doing that we thought was fun. And then when we've come into adulthood and realized, oh, this wasn't fun. This was what they needed to do. This is why we was able to flourish the way we did. Or they would be stressed out because you would tell them no to certain things, and not so much as, oh, material items, just things in general. You could have been, well, can we go? No, but you said no. Like come on now, you act like we wasn't stressed back in the day. We was to some degree. We couldn't get as crazy, but we were stressed out. Darn well was going to be stressed. So again, think about it. The things they want to do, the things they want to get into, they can't, because technically, not just by human nature and law, but they just ain't gonna be able to do it. There are some kids out there who want to work. Some surprisingly or not, there are some kids who are actually that ambitious, and they ain't thinking on the street turn. They just thinking on trying to bring an opportunity to bring peace and prosperity and growth. But again, by certain laws and standards, they can't even do nothing. And this is the truth, though. Like I was saying a while back, it's time to start, you know, installing programs back the way they should be. You need to. Like again, teach these kids about financing. Teach these kids about again marketing, stocks and bonds. Even with the current situation, almost everything is becoming social media and technologically savvy now. So get them into that. Again, push the narrative and push the button forward. That should be the only strong narrative, is making sure that the future ain't messed up. You know, the most important thing to remember, it's not just educational values or moral values. It's just about the value of life, period, and what it has to bring, what lessons it brings, what knowledge it also comes along with it. Word, what's going on, my guy? I already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. For those who got them little blue magics, you already know. If you ain't do so by now, you have to drop links. Definitely show each other some love. Or if you already know how to use it, you already know, it's go on somebody's channel and do what they do. I'm all for the love and the growth again, like I've been. I might not say it as much as I used to, but shoot, my words and my time alone speaks and tells you that. I hear you, Ryan. And that's the crazy part about it, though. Again, you want to make sure that they're in the best of mind frames, because, again, it's a lot of different things going on. They got stresses within what's going on at school, stresses of the day to days when they are having daily interactions with other kids or people within the neighborhood when they are out and about, rather it's just on the front porch or all around the block. So again, they are seeing, witnessing, and hearing things that they shouldn't have to. So again, that right there causes some psychological stress. Again, they get stressed out because if they out and about with the adults and they can't do what the adults are doing and the adults are having a good time, but they feel bored, what you think they following? You know? Another thing, like I said, for some of y'all need to be careful of the words you saying and whatever actions you doing around them children. So once they pick up on that's it. They already know they're going to either start asking questions or they're going to end up saying something. And you know that already. You're going to say something within that truthful moment right there. I think what I watched this morning was I gotta find it. I think it was a comedy short. It looked like a comedy short, but I don't know. This is the only thing about the curse of it, because you don't know if it's truthful or if it's staged. You need to know ASAP. I know the best way for you to is wipe yourself clean of your iniquities and go find a job. And while you're at it, go pay some phone bills or something like that. Thank you for coming. Oh, and while you out there, take this with you. Yeah. Well, on that note, still where I need to be at. Mm. But I didn't fall far from what I'm saying. They look at certain things that you're doing and what they perceive as fun because y'all either laughing, y'all socializing, even if it is, nothing crazy, they want to be a part of that. So that's a stress to them because they feel, well, damn, when is it my turn to get older so I could do what I want to do? But this is what I'm saying all in all. Got to be mindful. I think the short I watched, but it gave a clear example of what's going on. Boy said something about that he said that we have a cat, and the mother and the father both said no. Why? Well, what Daddy was saying about beating up the cat or something like that. Like, see, stuff like that. Even though I know it could be a comedy spoof, but it actually could have been a real moment right there. Never know. But in the same token, still what you say and do and present around them, they gonna ask questions. There's a time and a place for everything. Again, it's about calculation. Preserving a strong, stern balance. And that's what we lost over the course of this little generation that we in right now. We lost compassion, we lost restraint, we lost a lot of things. And again, this ain't no preachable moment. It's just a teachable moment from the outside looking in. Because again, everything I'm saying is not coming from a judgmental standpoint. Some people might think it is. If you think it is, that's your opinion on it. I've been giving my opinion on things because again, we see the simplest things that are breaking us down. And also, listen, as we are going into this holiday season and into this new year, a lot of y'all really should think and take that into consideration what's being said today. You want a better outcome while you're still here. You want to make things happen on a brighter note. You want your future to be a little brighter. You're gonna have to do the initiative and put it in the work. And that's on all cylinders. Parents, you gotta definitely protect on all cylinders. Guardians, the same thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're an older brother. I don't care if you're an older sister. I don't care if you're a grandparent, an uncle, or even a cousin that's responsible. Make sure you're doing what you need to do. And God, who you got. Christy, what's going on, baby? Main thing some of y'all should implement, again, start harvesting and manifesting what you need as far as your plans, your goals, your ideas, what you really expect and what you really need and want. Because you're going to want to not be in the same position, but you need to put yourself in a better position, a better position of thinking, a better position of controlling your overall emotions on things. Again, there's some people you can't really tell them how to feel on any given moment, especially if they probably already overloaded and are letting out everything. Again, there's a time and a place for everything that you decide to do. And if you're going to do it, just make sure you're doing it the right way. The key thing to everything is not just thinking, but having love for the things, again, that give you passion and having love for the people that actually show it back. But again, you know, we got to come to that notion. It's not going to be an easy battle, but it could be a battle in a war that's won. Again, it is essentially up to us. It is up to everybody, at least with that mindset of change, to start coming together and building. In certain situations, you might have to unplug. But when you do unplug, you still have to have some mental clarity. So while you are taking that mental clarity, just make sure the things that you are implementing, the things you want to put into existence, have complete strength and backup. Keyword for 2024: consistent building and also effective listening. Yeah, some people ain't gonna want to hear or listen to anything you're saying. And for those who are doing that just because they feel they can, well, continue to do it. But again, remember, don't cry and don't mope, and definitely don't try to run to the people who tried to help. Those people might not want to hear nothing you say, or they just might not want to be involved with you at all. Again, it's about so careful decision. Now, again, time to restore balance. The things that you are quote unquote implementing in your life that really disturb and shake the balance, those are the things you shouldn't be presenting and pushing on to your offspring. Oh, you already know that gelato in the air, man. Good old gelato. James, what's going on, my guy? I'm just saying, for a better standpoint in your legacy, your bloodline, not to suffer the wrath and suffer the ill effects. Again, start implementing things that actually have meaning and value to it. London, what's going on, baby? Again, knowledge, wisdom, and education, those is valuable. It's valuable, it's priceless. It shouldn't cost you to learn anything. And we need to take that back on board. The sole decisions that you make that are supposed to be prosperous, got to do it. One thing I've noticed too, to some degree, some people, again, have learned to take the wrong type of risk and not take the healthy risk. Got to get out of that. I'm not going to take no risk and crash out just because I want something to work so badly. If I want something to work, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to figure out what's needed. I want to calculate what's needed for it to be done. And then from there, I'm just going to move on. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? Again, it's about solid decisions, not costly decisions. Swizzy, what's going on, my guy? Once you got a clear balance on how you want to move the scale and how you want to present things, you just present them and you do it the way you need to. Again, there's some people who are upset because they can't figure out what exactly it is that they bring. If you feel you don't know what you're bringing to the table, you need to really sit down and again unplug and look from the outside. See what you can incorporate in your life that's going to bring you happiness, peace, bliss, and also give you a clear understanding. Again, you gotta just be mindful and wise on your decisions. You actually do have something valuable you can bring, not just to a single table. You could bring it to multiple tables. See, like prime example, when I said I was a different type of content creator, and we just had this conversation. Shout out to Kalani, man. We had a nice little dope discussion last night. Shout out to Platty, baby. Again, there's some of us who have been here, even for the small time frame that we've been here, but we all know what works. We all know what grabs the people, and it's not that we use it. Again, who don't want to have a good, strong talk and a conversation about some things. And in the same token, yeah, get some laughter, a little whatever, and then it's needed. Like I said, I ain't come here to be nobody drill sergeant. And I didn't come here with the notion of being any type of narcissist, a czar, or anything along that. I'm just here with a message. Message that I'm seeing every different day. About to say they after me, y'all. They after me. I'm about to run. About to run. They flying too low, in my opinion. But all right, they're going down the way. Never mind. Maybach, what's going on, my guy? And again, for most of y'all who haven't done so, y'all already know. Like I said, y'all please show each other some love. Oh, they after me now. Son, they after me now. Who dropped the bread? Who dropped the bread? My bad. Tamika, what's going on, baby? I hear you, bro. I hear you. See, again, there are a lot of y'all I know for a fact. I know who really watching and who not watching. And I'm cool. And the reason why I say I'm cool is because, I'm a different type of content creator. There's just some things I'm not going to get too overworked on. I have my own shit I got to deal with outside of this. Like I said, I'm here for the message. And again, hopefully some sort of change will come within those messages. There are some people who feel, oh, you necessarily have to be at a certain standpoint to even start doing. No, no, no. There are people who don't got jack shit and are building just because they have a plan. They have a focus that they are actually going to do. And they're going to make sure that it succeeds. So again, it's about having a warrior spirit too. Don't quit on nothing. Sometimes you fall back, you do certain things, but other than that, you keep pushing the ball on certain things. Shout outs to the plug. My bad, y'all. But again, you gotta love yourself, have knowledge of yourself, and then from there you push the ball. push the ball up the court until you make that good shot. Get yourself in a great position. If life was a game of basketball, all it is just calculated decisions, playmaking, and again, just keeping each other up, beating up spirit. Even if you down by a couple points, you could get back up and be up more than 10 points. Again, it's all about, you know, putting in the work and keeping yourself high spirited. I noticed that a lot of people who are, how you would say, too energetic or too high spirited to a degree, those are the ones that always seem to find greatness. It's a notion on that. Because yeah, you're gonna fail in life in certain things. But those failures again bring life lessons. And it does bring something that you can use. All right, if this didn't work around, second time around I decide to do this, I know what to do and what not to do. I know how to present it and how not to present it. In this battlefield that we call life, yeah, you're gonna go through some tragedies, some pains. But in the same notion, those tragedies and pains sometimes give great lessons. It might scar a little bit, but again, there's some things that are gonna be out of your control, so you just have to, bear with it and accept it. Frugal, what's going on, baby? This is what I'm saying. We want better outcomes, better results, and why not present them? See, there's some people who say, "Oh, there's positive role models." Yeah, but you have negative role models too. But you also got role models that there's a balance, and the good will always outweigh the bad, regardless. There's some role models who they ain't gonna be fun spirited, but they mean well, and they definitely gonna, they gonna perform when they supposed to. You got those who are gonna be the most upbeat to even where you start questioning, like, why is this person so damn happy? And some of y'all might ask to a point where you be like, well, how do I get to that type of happiness? And that's where you could build from. You're gonna have some who straight drill sergeants, but hey, again, they coming from the heart and they mean well. There's a reason why I said we need to restore balance the way we need to restore it. Because we see situations that we can have some of these youth that are coming into the world or already halfway into adulthood become something great. Again, think about it. We need more, again, we need more psychiatrists, psychologists, everything. Everything along those medical fields that we missing, we can have the right people in there, young or old. We can have them right in there doing something that could be done. See, there's certain things in life you don't necessarily need to go to a school for. if you already are knowledgeable on it. You got some who could be future builders and again, future architects of this world around us. Again, it's solely up to you. My all in all opinion of it is that we still got a lot of time to gain certain fields, if you want to say it that way. And this is what I'm saying. I get where you going on that, realist. But from a general standpoint, there are certain things that you don't necessarily have to go to school for. If you have knowledge and any type of wisdom on it, and if you actually had hands on, you can end up teaching it your damn self. Again, if you know how to fix cars, like actually taking motors apart, pistons, all that other stuff, right? You can take that same notion. If you was learning stuff before going to a school, you don't need to go to a school. They want you to do that because of credentials and stuff like that. But if you honestly know how to mess with something, I shouldn't have to go to no damn school to prove to you I know how to work. That's if you want to work. I'm not gonna hold you on that. If I know how to fix cars, disassemble them in certain areas, put it back like nothing happened, there's no need for a school. Go put in the work. Now, if you gotta get the proper licenses, I grant that. But other than that, man, listen, there's some things you really don't need school for. That's what I'm saying. Learn the things that are valuable and important. It is trying to shape our destination the way we should shape it. There's some of you who like to report on different things. Get into journalism if that's what you want to do. Again, in certain areas, you ain't never too old to get into those positions and do something. Yeah, nah, Ryan. It's some things that I ain't gonna hold you. I had to restart one of them lives last night, but we were still rocking out from there. So I don't know. It's kind of buggy, but nonetheless, you know, still a good one to mess with. Nah, the Warzone 8 one is for this app, not not for Twitch, bro. Viral, what's going on, baby? Again, we gotta come together and start building, not just with one another, but building off of the knowledge itself. Nah, Ryan, the Warzone 8 one is for this app right here for YouTube. Again, we incorporate the right type of knowledge and present the best ideas out there. Again, you are given opportunities because we might have people who come up that might want to get into those fields of play, especially if it was created by somebody that you know for a fact. It could be beneficial. There's some of y'all who do want to be teachers or teachers of anything, whether it's school, business, financing, whatever. There's some of y'all who want to do that. Do it. And I would say to anybody that is coming into a certain point in their life, again, do what's necessary for you. Because you can actually put out the knowledge, even the one that we know we have recently come across, that we come to know as factual. Again, it's just about a soul purpose and a soul grasp on what you want. When you grasp it, clinch it. Frankie, what's going on, my guy? Now, again, you are supposed to love and trust the balance in life. If you don't, nothing is going to work out. See, the reason why I could say even prime example with this building right here is working. Because this was something I said a long time ago. It wouldn't matter if it benefited me or not. It's about the benefit of the people. I like to see people actually upbeat. I like to see people actually winning and growing. It's not solely just about me. And the reason why I believe it's going well and it's going to continue to go well and prosper is because, again, look at the right type of people that are coming around. Look at the balance that it's creating right now. We might have our slight ignorance from time to time, but other than that, mostly every time here, we are at ease, we chilling, we having a great time, even while we talking about some serious things. Again, it's about bringing a good balance, and that's one thing you're gonna constantly create is a balance, whether you see it or not. Congratulations to everybody who has been growing and continuously growing on and off here. Keep putting in that diligent work and do what's necessary for yourself and for the benefits of the ones who actually love and care. In certain instances, I want to repeat this again. Some of y'all are not going to be able to help everybody. Some people are not going to take your advice. Some people are definitely not going to want to reason with nothing. You just leave it be. And this is the problem. You know, some people don't know how to create a balance and keep a balance. Once you created something that's blossoming and is getting to the next level of the playing field, again, you got to be strategic. Be strategic, but also be logical. I think we could come to that though. And there are a lot of y'all who have been doing that. And again, this congratulations to all of you. Because again, you are making something work for you. And you are definitely reaping the benefits, whether you think you see it or not. You are. Love yourself, know yourself, and then prove yourself. not gonna lie to you though. Once you get into that playing field of life where things are starting to have a bright outlook, no, you don't get comfortable yet, but you definitely keep your spirits high the way you need to because you're starting to see what you worked for and what you working on coming to fruition. You know, we already have too much drama in life. Why create more drama because we refuse to try to fix some of the things or fight against some of the things that we know selling us short? You know, I can understand that, you know, it's a lot to deal with. But in the same token, get the numbers right and it can work for us. Those numbers are supposed to work for us because we got to, again, still remember as long as there's the life cycle going, you know, you got to think about those who are coming into this quote unquote world that has changed. Ain't nothing wrong with, again, thinking of outside yourself. It's time for some of y'all to stop being so selfish and start being selfless to the things we need to. I don't care if you was my mortal enemy. You think I would want your kid to be out there being misguided? Hell no. If I'm not gonna want mine, I'm definitely gonna want yours to be misguided, to be mistreated, to be put in any situation where it can psychologically scar them. That's why I said the community got to start coming back as a whole. And I believe once some of these conversations are had and some of these things are met the way they're supposed to be met, I think things will be a little more better, a little more brighter. Again, we know there's certain things that we ain't going to be able to eliminate, but for the things that we can, we need to really get the numbers up. And again, it's about needs and wants, right? So again, what do you want for your communities, and what do you need for your communities? If you want, prime example, more after school programs, more educational programs, things along those lines, then you need to come together, put your ideas together, and make it work. You want safety for those around you, you need to be a part of that safety, whether you believe it or not. Not gonna lie to you though, do feel once the people are definitely geared up for these talks and battles, yeah, we could definitely win some of these wars. And again, get back to a happy spot or at least somewhat of a peaceful spot. And there's some people who are going to believe they're role models. Well, let me tell you this right now. I never said I was a role model, and I don't want to be a role model. I just, I am who I am. I'm just from the outside looking in. But I'm going to be real with what I say. And some things we really need to grasp and come forward and really fight. Again, who wants to end up coming or growing into a world where there's nothing but confusion and chaos on all angles? Yeah, you be yourself though. You be yourself. And again, you see how far you'll go. I ain't no role model. I'm just a regular 9 to 5. I'm just a regular dude doing me. But in the same token, I'm bringing something that you know we need, a conversation about things that need to change. And I know there's a lot of y'all that want that. But again, if you want that, you need to be a part of it, one way or another. Because again, we know there's no such thing as perfection. You could come close to perfection, but there is no such thing as perfection. You could be great. You could definitely be excellent. And that's what you should strive for: excellence and greatness. And again, on all cylinders, give where it's needed. Like I've always told people, you can't give back financially, give back education wise. Dedicate time. Sonya, what's going on, baby? It's time for that. It's time for the balance to scale in our direction so we can have it. We want opportunities, we need to be a part of building these opportunities. Like I said before, whether you want to work for self or work for somebody, it don't matter. It's about elevation. It's about growth and dedication. It's definitely about education. That's the most important thing. If you unknowledgeable on anything, how can you flourish in life? That's something that need to be said too. And again, you can't say this is what you want to do if you're not willing to learn. That is another thing we have to break down as far as a balance. You can't say you want to be great in this aspect of life, but you're not willing to learn how to, get yourself to that point. And again, learn how to keep it. You will mess up your own blessings because you just don't want to listen to reason. So it is about time for that. When you love yourself and love yourself completely, trust me, you'll feel great about the things you're trying to implement and put in life. And one thing to remember is that guess what? You're gonna have people in life that feel once you are elevating and taking that step forward that you feel is beneficial and prosperous, they're gonna want to hold you down, especially if either A, they are not comfortable, or they don't want you to succeed. We see this every other day. You'll say, "Oh, I want my peoples to rise," but then once your peoples rise, you take them down. Have a good one, London, baby. Again, how can you say you want to be impactful and be powerful and want to see people doing powerful things, but you snatch them back down to a spot they don't want to be in no more? When people are elevating and they feel these are things they're going to do in life, you got to accept it. Again, it's called growth and maturity. In certain aspects of life, you can't stay immature or can't stay in the same spot forever. You're going to have to grow. This is where we have to start coming to that conclusion again. Don't let nobody hold you back. And don't let nobody stop your vision and your dreams of making things happen. If you feel that's going to be a life changer for everything around you, then you do so. But remember, when you get to a certain spot and you are able to start bearing the fruits and everything else, that's when you give back the way you're supposed to, especially to those who are trying to come up just like you came up. See, I believe if we give each other opportunities on any scale in life, some of the crime would go down. Again, it's all about working and networking together. Again, you might not like what's being said, might not like the fact that I'm saying it, but you need to accept what's being said. Because again, this will be critical for the future. And the one thing to remember is that, yeah, you might have some people who are trying to do anything to try to bring you down and keep you down, but you still don't let that. Because I'll be honest with you, certain instances, that's that crab in the barrel mentality. When people start rising up to the top together, we could break the barrel. And I had to think about something even as of this morning because I always thought about that. That crabs in the barrel mentality. I get it. I understand it, but I think I understand it more clearer now. See, until we all do come together the way we need to, it's always going to be that mentality. If we rise together and form the pack the way we're supposed to, we could break them barrels. Real spill, what's going on, baby? Appreciate you for the share, baby. I had to think about that. It's deep on both angles when you look at it because it's true. If those crabs would come together and form the plan the way it's supposed to, they could break out of those barrels and everybody could be on top. Or it could be the other way around. The ones who are actually at the top already could start helping pull those out of there. Again, it's about working together. You got to think about that. I don't care how you try to break it down or process it. It stands how it stands. Unity will break a lot of things and will also shape and change a lot of things. It's solely about what you coming together for. Again, in order to shape the balance and even change the course of history, like it's always changing, we could be a part of that good change. How you doing? All right. I see you bundled up today. I see you bundled up today. Yeah, a little cold today. I know. But you gotta understand that. In order to break out of those barrels, you shouldn't have to pull your peoples down. Let the right people rise up. And also for those who feel like they are going to do things for the benefit of those around them, make sure again it's the right people. I feel like this. If I made it to where I know I'm in control of everything, even my financials, and I know I could make it happen without having to compromise or bend anything, I'm going to make sure the people that was riding with me and the people that actually kept me afloat and actually showed the love and reciprocation are the ones that are getting that opportunity. And then from there, they can give the opportunity to those they feel could do it and that want to do it. That's how it's supposed to form. If you can't break the barrel, at least rise to the top together. So much knowledge still out there in the world that hasn't been presented that could be a beneficial factor at some point in the future. So why not try to be a part of some sort of change and growth? Right. So what's going on, my guy? I hear you telling your shoot. I don't even think we in the 50s. We might be in the 50s, but it's kind of chilly today. I kind of feel like it want to snow, but I gotta check my weather. I think we might have some rain coming. No, no rain. You already know, Commander Baby. Boom, boom. I want my chicken biscuits later. Don't worry about it. And have those sent Uber Eats. Thank you kindly. Now I feel you, bro, and that is a problem. But see, I would even say in that instance, for those who are strong enough to withstand and overstand everything, you still can't let nobody hold you down. Forget it. If you got to kick and scratch, how you doing? If you got to kick and scratch to get your way from that situation, then do it. But again, bring it to those people who you know are trying to do it. You're not serious. My fault. I keep telling people I don't know a number. I ain't answering it. Son of us. Again, you got to understand that. Yeah, you're gonna have people who are gonna want to be in a good position, even if it ain't the same position that you in. They want to, be a part of that growth and success. And why should anybody stop that? Gotta understand that this is a common problem. People don't want to excel, and they don't want to see other people excel. But you gotta come to a conclusion too that guess what? The world doesn't stop for you because you don't want to do nothing. I just had to tell somebody the other day, oh, you don't be coming through, you don't come chill because you ain't trying to do nothing. The hell it look like just sitting around and you ain't got nothing and ain't doing nothing. You ain't even trying to say, yo, I'm trying to like no. Yeah, it don't sound like there's no motivation, no nothing. Gotta always stay motivated, even if it's on something simple. Stay motivated. Stay positive. And besides, when you are dragging the energy and bringing it down, yeah, ain't nobody trying to be around that. Some people ain't trying to be living in misery. Some people are not trying to hear misery all day or drama. You got to understand that part too. And that's the main thing some of y'all have to understand. When you have people that again are not trying to see growth and elevation, you gotta cut that loose. Because they want to be the negative cancer that stops your success, no matter what it is. Again, it's all about just using your key instincts in life. When you know something ain't going good for you, when you know something need to be corrected, just correct it. I wasn't gonna keep y'all all day. I gotta figure out the same thing. Gotta figure out lunch. For those who all follow me on the Twitch, y'all already know. I'll definitely bring some good things. I'm gonna bring some good vibes today on that. Give or take, I'll be in there about 5:30 or so, 6 o'clock the most. What's going on? I got you. But it was always good having this good talk with everybody here. We gonna keep pushing that narrative of just trying to build. And that's what we need to do, build. You know, just come with a straight balance, man. Again, for those following me on the Twitch, I see y'all around 5:30 or 6. I'll even set the notifications for that one. I could be back tonight with a live discussion on the tube, but if not, I'll definitely see y'all tomorrow morning. And again, for everybody that do celebrate, enjoy your holidays, have a safe New Year as well. And again, the main thing to remember, growth and elevation for 2024 and beyond. It's time for y'all to take that stand on that. Let me get up out of here. We're going to figure out lunch, y'all. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, you already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real builds. I'll definitely see y'all on that Twitch around 6. I could be back tonight.
Don't be on there,
you know what it is. Yeah, man, I don't like you like that.
I didn't know you be streaming.
Yeah, I got a whole YouTube channel.
Send me your shit, nigga. I tune in. I subscribe to your shit, nigga.
Just go to Nate the Great Podcast, man.
Word?
Yeah. You gonna see right up in there, yo. Shoot.
Nate the Great?
Yeah, Nate the Great Podcast.
I'm following your shit up.
You already know, bro. Shoot. Enjoy the holidays if I don't see you before that time. We already know. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.